Nobody stop me cause I'm losing all control.
What's up guys, happy New Year's. This is the first video of the new year and I wanted to make sure that I did one that was super requested and that I've been putting off for a really long time regarding my hair color. How do I feel about it now? What are my thoughts? What have I been experiencing? I've been getting this question a lot and I've been putting it off because I wanted to get a little bit more experience and really make a well-rounded opinion, I guess. It's been a couple of months since I got my hair dyed and I've been going through some things, you know, some successes, some failures, and I think I've got a pretty good pros and cons list regarding hair color that should help you if you're thinking about dyeing your hair or if this is something that has always been on your mind. I recently trimmed my hair so it is a little bit shorter, but it looks, in my opinion, a lot healthier. I had a lot of dead ends, so I had to get rid of those. So let's just quickly get into this pros and cons list because it is kind of a long list and I hate to say it, but mostly on the con side. So I don't know, you're probably expecting that anyway. The first pro is that obviously you're getting your hair highlighted. Instant gratification. If that's something that you're looking for, which is what I was looking for, I wanted a different look. I wanted lighter hair, highlights, ombre balayage. So obviously you're getting that instant gratification, so that's a pro. And then the other pro is that you're learning how to deal with different textures. I know a lot of people see that as a con, but for what I do, I think that that's a huge pro. The more you can learn about your hair, the better. And so far I've learned so much about my hair that I didn't really realize before. So just really learning, you know, what your hair likes and how to treat it and what's going to give you the best results is a huge deal to me. I think that's humongous. That's always a plus. So now I have this huge long list of cons to talk about and I don't even know where to start, guys. From day one I've noticed these things, but I didn't want to talk about it until I kind of had more experience and was able to play with my hair more. You know what I mean? I didn't want it to be like a fluke. It's been like I think 3 or 4 months, so I think I'm ready to give you guys the honest truth about my hair color. And I want to be super truthful. I'm not trying to scare you guys. I just want you guys to know what you're getting into. So immediately after getting my hair highlighted, I noticed that my hair was different. It was just different. Highlights, dye changes your hair. Obviously if you're using natural hair dyes, you're not gonna have to worry about a lot of this stuff, but if you're using any type of like bleaching agent or anything like that, you're definitely gonna see instant changes in your hair. Anything that you think that you know about your hair, once you dye it, it's a completely different head of hair. It's almost like transitioning hair. You have 2 different textures that you're dealing with. Dryness, it's going to thin your hair out. Before, my hair was really strong and it would take like forever just to break a strand in half. Like I would hear it snap. That's how strong it was. And now on the dyed parts, like it just snaps so easily. I don't hear anything. It's like a whisper and it's gone. In the wind, it's gone. I could just look at it sideways and it would run away. So you're dealing with a ton of breakage. Weaker hair is going to be significantly weaker. So be prepared for that. It's going to be a challenge. If you're not up for a challenge, do not dye your hair. I was up for a challenge. I was kind of bored of my hair anyway, so I was like, well, if I hate it, it's not a big deal. I can always cut it off. I guess I was prepared for damage and I kind of wanted it because I wanted to learn more about my hair. So just prepare yourself for that. If you're gonna get your hair dyed, I don't want you to be like super shocked and freaking out and crying after you get it dyed and then you're like, I don't know what to do with my hair, it's crazy, because you aren't gonna know what to do with your hair for the first couple of months, and then you'll slowly get into a routine and you'll slowly learn what the textures want and how to deal with it. There's definitely a big learning curve and you're gonna feel like you're starting all over again, but don't freak out. It is what it is and it's okay. Yeah, it's definitely drier. It looks dry even when it's moisturized. So I'll show you my hair. So this is my natural hair color here, looking super shiny and moisturized. And I mean, this is the same twist out. You can see that the hair here that's dyed looks really dry. Even though it's moisturized, it still looks dry. And that's obviously gonna depend on also how lightly you dye your hair. I think the lighter that you dye your hair, the more dryness you're going to experience because you're using more bleaching agents. So just keep that in mind when you're deciding how light you want to go. And yeah, even when your hair is moisturized, it can look dry, so that kind of stinks. So for me personally, with the highlights, I definitely experienced thinner looking hair. My hair was really big. I actually didn't want that. I asked my stylist to get rid of it. So when she was shaping my hair, I was like, can you just take out the bulk, because I didn't want to deal with all that hair anymore. I was kind of just sick of it. Looking back now, I can't wait for it to come back again because I really miss my big voluminous hair, but you know, the grass is always greener type of thing. So I asked her to take out the bulk, so now I have really thin hair, because not only did she take out the bulk, but I have color in my hair and it's kind of like a double whammy. So I have to do things that make my hair seem voluminous because now I'm working with thinner hair. So I actually had to change the way that I do my twist out, which I will do a video for. I promised you that earlier, but I want to kind of play with it a little bit more, but it's a little different. So in order to get that voluminous look with my thinner hair, I have to do some different things. So again, with colored hair, you have to take your time to learn new techniques in order to make it look how you want it to look. That's kind of like the biggest thing. If you're somebody who don't like having to give your hair like extra TLC, if you like to just rush through things and you don't have the patience for it, you probably don't want to color your hair, because it is a huge commitment. You have to really take your time. You have to like really treat it like, you know, an antique. You don't want to break your hair. So I just want to warn you, if you're that type of person who just doesn't like to take a lot of time with your hair, then I would not color my hair. If you do want to color your hair, maybe stick with the natural dyes that aren't going to dry your hair out as much and that won't change your hair as much. Another one of the hugest things for me that are really annoying, I really like heatless styling, and I find that with color treated hair, it's just really hard to do heatless styling. And I know it sounds weird, and I didn't really get it at first either. You know, I've spent the past like 5 or 6 years doing heatless styling on my hair. I know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? And for me, it's hard. And whenever someone would tell me, oh, I want to do more heatless styling, but my hair is damaged and I can't and all this stuff, I never understood it until now. So now I understand it from someone else's perspective, having gone through it, that it is really hard to do heatless styling when your hair is in a damaged state, or if you dye your hair, because it changes the texture of your hair. And when you have two different textures of hair, it's hard to get one cohesive style. So when I do a twist out, my black hair will look a certain way, and then my dyed hair will look really weird, and so it does not come out looking good at all. So that's why people use heat when they have damaged hair, is they're trying to get their two textures to be one cohesive texture before beginning the style, because you can't make your damaged hair look healthy, and you can't make your healthy hair look well, you can make your healthy hair look damaged, but you don't want to. So the only texture that they both can be easily is straight. So that's why when you have damaged hair, a lot of people find it difficult to go without heat, because they really want to straighten their hair first in order to get that cohesive style, so to make both textures look the same throughout their style. So that's something that I learned that I didn't know before, and it's something that I'm still dealing with, and I'm still kind of learning how to deal with, and I'll show you how I deal with that obviously in other videos. But just realize that if you're somebody who loves heatless styling, it's going to be a little bit more difficult if you decide to color your hair, because you're going to be dealing with two different textures. If you don't mind like having imperfect twist outs and imperfect styles and all that kind of stuff, then it won't be a big deal for you. But for someone like me, I have to have styles that look a certain way. It is difficult for me, and I'm having to like figure this out. And I don't want to default to heat, because that to me is just not an option. Like, I don't mind using heat, but I don't want to rely on it. And so I'm just kind of figuring out my way around that right now, and I refuse to give in. Like, that is not something I'm gonna do. So this is the challenge that I wanted, and I am accepting it. And so I'll show you kind of ways that I'm getting around it, but I do use heat every now and then. So all in all, dyeing your hair is awesome because it looks cool. You know, if you want to change, then you're getting that instant gratification, but it is going to alter everything that you know about your hair. So anything that you think that you know, it's going to change after you dye your hair, and you're gonna have to learn your hair again, which if you like a challenge, it's an awesome thing. If you don't, you might get frustrated and be really upset. So that's the warning. I hope that that kind of helps you when you're making your decision to dye your hair or not. I don't want to scare you away from it, but I want you to know what you're getting into, that it's not gonna be easy. And the lighter you go with your hair, the more difficult it's gonna be. The question I always get is, would you dye your hair again knowing what you know now? So the answer to that question, I have a two-part answer. The first is yes, I would dye my hair again knowing what I know now if it was the first time. Because I've never dyed my hair before in my entire life. So I kind of knew going into it that I am putting myself at risk, and I did it anyway. And I feel like in my heart I had to do it because I had to know. Like, I don't like living with a what if. Oh, what if I dyed my hair? Would it have gone this? Would it have, you know what I mean? I don't live with those type of things. If I want to do something, I do it because I have to learn through my own experiences. So would I do it again if this was the first time I ever dyed my hair and I knew I was gonna have to go through all these challenges? Yes, I would do it again because I have to experience it. But my second answer, would I do it again a second time? So I've already dyed my hair. I've already gone through the challenges. I've already experienced it. Would I go and dye my hair a second time after the first time? No. After this situation, I don't think I'm gonna dye my hair again. I've learned a lot about how my hair personally reacts to hair dye, and in general how natural hair reacts to hair dye. And that was one of the biggest things that I wanted to do for myself, is I wanted to get that information firsthand. I also wanted to have a cool hair color. I kind of miss my all black hair, so I mean, the challenges that I'm going through. While they're really educational now, I don't think I want to go through that education again. I think once it grows out, I'm going to graduate from the hair color school and I'm going to be fine with that, and I don't need to experience it again. I would not do it the second time. So I don't know if that means anything to you. If you're not really looking for a challenge, or if you're not really looking to deal with any type of situation or issues with your hair, then honestly I would just avoid it, because I hate to say it, but it is a lot more pain than it's worth. So yeah, those are my honest thoughts about hair color. That's what I've been going through these past couple of months. I hope that it helps you guys. Anybody who was wondering or thinking about, should I color my hair, should I not? And for those of you guys who are asking about my experience, I'm sorry that it took me so long to get this video out, but I didn't want to just jump to conclusions. I really wanted to experience it a little bit more before I put the video out. So yeah, I hope that this helps you make your final decision. At the end of the day though, if you have hair growing out of your head, just be thankful for that. And if you do want to experience it, just know that your hair will grow back. Anyway, there's a lot of information. I hope that this video was helpful to you in making your decision, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. For more detailed information about my hair color and how my salon experience went, you can click the link to the left. And if you're into daily vlogs, you can click the link to the right to come hang out with me and the family. Alright, I'll see you guys there.
I'm waiting for the DJ to play.